Good morning, students. Today we are going to see about dissolution of partnership firm, and let me recall what we have seen in the previous videos. We have seen about the meaning of partnership, characteristics, advantages and disadvantages of partnership firm, and we have also learnt about partnership deed, its contents, and we have described the rights and duties of partners, and we have learnt about the types of partnerships and types of partners, and we have also learned the procedures for registration of partnership firm and drawbacks of non-registration. And the last topic that we are going to see today is the dissolution of partnership. So let us see the meaning of what is meant by dissolution. So dissolution of partnership is different from dissolution of partnership firm. Both are different concepts. You should know the difference between the two. Now let me first explain what is dissolution. So dissolution means discontinuance of relationship between partners. We have already seen in the meaning itself. It is a relationship between two or more persons. Partnership is the relationship between two or more persons. So what do you mean by dissolution is putting an end to the relationship among the partners. So it is nothing but dissolution of partnership means discontinuance of relationship between partners. So there are two types. One is dissolution of partnership and another one is dissolution of partnership firm. So it is due to the fact that when the relationship present between all the partners comes to an end, it is known as dissolution of a firm. Say, for example, there are 5 partners in a firm A, B, C, D, and E. If the relationship between all these partners comes to an end, it is known as dissolution of firm because all the partners constitute the firm. When any one of the partners become incapacitated, then the partnership comes to an end. So only, say for example, let us take C is incapacitated or he is not having the eligibility to continue in the partnership firm. So in such circumstance, the same firm may continue to operate without C if new partnership is arranged among the other partners. So other partners except C, A, B, D and E can continue the business. A new partnership firm will be formed without C. So this is one of the partners become incapacitated. So then the partnership comes to an end. So this is dissolution of partnership. And in the previous case we have seen partnership firm. So dissolution of firm means dissolution of partnership. On dissolution of firm, partnership business comes to an end. And its assets are realized and the creditors are paid off. So assets are realized means all the assets will be sold and the value will be ascertained and the creditors or the outstanding payments will be paid, which is regarding the business. The business cannot be continued after the dissolution of partnership firm because all the partners will be exiting from the firm. For example, A, B and C are partners in a business. If all the 3 partners decide to dissolve, it is known as dissolution of firm. So I have already given you an example also. So dissolution of partnership. The next topic is dissolution of partnership. Dissolution of partnership means termination of the original partnership agreement. So partnership is formed on the basis of agreement and it is optional actually, but making the agreement or getting the firm registered is better. We have already seen in the previous classes. A partnership is dissolved by insolvency, retirement, expiry or completion of the term of partnership, etc. The business will continue after dissolution of partnership. For example, A, B, C are partners in a business. If A retires or B dies or B, C becomes insolvent, in any such circumstances, can continue the business. The other partners can continue the business, which is known as dissolution of partnership. So you should know this. So they will be asking you in the 3 marks question, explain dissolution of firm and explain dissolution of partnership. So the various circumstances leading to dissolution of partnership firm can be summarized by taking the first letters in the term dissolution. So dissolution, DISSOLUTION. So all these are the letters. So when we take the first letters, we can easily remember in order to what are the circumstances that lead to the dissolution of partnership or partnership firm. So you can easily remember. This is like an acronym. So remember. D stands for death of a partner. I stands for incapacity of a partner. Incapacity means not eligible for being a partner. S stands for stipulated period of partnership completed in the case of particular partnership. So particular partnership will be run only for a particular duration. Yes, serious misconduct of partner. Misconduct means he is not suitable. He might have done. He might have become insolvent, or he might have become mad. So misconduct. He might have done any unlawful activity to the partnership firm. So O stands for object is completed. Again, this is also particular partnership only. L stands for lunacy of a partner. Lunatic means mad. So if a partner becomes, already we have seen who can become a partner. A lunatic person cannot become a partner. And U stands for unavoidable continuous loss. In this case also dissolution can be done. T stands for transfer of interest of firm. So when the interest is transferred to another firm, then automatically the previous firm will be dissolved. I stands for insolvency of a partner. O stands for objectionable, unlawful objectives. So we have already seen in the definition itself, the partnership firm should be formed in order to carry a lawful business, or a lawful object should be there. So if anything is unlawful, automatically the firm will be dissolved. N stands for notice of dissolution by a partner. So if a person gives notice that a firm should be dissolved, then automatically the firm stands dissolved. So a 14 days notice can be given by a partner. We have already seen this. So the fundamental difference between dissolution of partnership and dissolution of firm is that when the partnership dissolves, there is no other dissolution. When the firm is dissolved, partnership comes to an end. So this you have to keep it in mind. So dissolution of partnership can be taken in the following forms. Change in the existing profit sharing ratio. If there is a change, they can dissolve the previous firm and they can form a new partnership firm, and everything can be altered. Admission of a partner, retirement or death of a partner, insolvency of a partner, expiry of the term of the partnership, completion of specified venture, and dissolution by agreement. So dissolution of firm can be done in two ways: without the order of the court and by the order of the court. So that is what is seen in this slide. So conditions of dissolution of a firm: dissolution without the interference of the court. One method is without the interference of the court, and the second method is dissolution by the order of the court. So let us see what are the circumstances that lead to the dissolution without the interference of the court. So without the order of the court. So if there is mutual agreement, if all the partners agree, then the firm can be put to an end. Then compulsory dissolution, if they carry on, or if the serious misconduct of a partner is identified, or any unlawful business is done by the partnership firm, then compulsory dissolution has to be taken place on the occurrence of contingencies. Certain events. Contingencies means certain events. If death occurs, if a partner becomes insolvent, if a partner becomes insane, then in all these cases, it can be dissolved. And dissolution by notice. So when a partner gives notice, he can just, all the other partners can dissolve the firm. Expiry of the period. So that way also, when a particular partnership comes to an end, then the firm can be dissolved. Death of a partner, insolvency of a partner, then fulfillment of the object for which the partnership firm was formed. So if that object was fulfilled, then the firm can be dissolved. The next one is dissolution by agreement. When all the partners of the firm agree to dissolve the partnership firm business, it is called dissolution by agreement. Then compulsory dissolution. There is compulsory dissolution of partnership firm under the following circumstances: by the abjudication of all partners or all except one becoming insolvent. If all the partners become insolvent or one of the partners become insolvent, then the firm automatically gets dissolved. By the business of the firm becoming unlawful to the happening of any such event. So unlawful business is being done. In that case, it has to be dissolved. So dissolution on the happening of certain events or contingencies on the expiry of the period of which a particular partnership firm was formed, on the death of the partner, on the insolvency of a partner, on the fulfillment of the object for which the partnership firm was formed. In all these cases, so automatically the firm gets dissolved. Then dissolution by notice. So when the duration of partnership business is not fixed and the partnership is at will, the firm may be dissolved by any partner giving a notice in writing to all other partners of his intention to dissolve the firm. So this is an example of a notice that is given in this slide. So a partner can give a dissolution notice. 14 days notice can be given and the firm automatically gets dissolved. Dissolution by the order of court. So what are the cases in which the court gives order to dissolve the firm? Insanity. Insanity means the person becomes mad, insane. He is not able or eligible to act as a partner in a business. Misconduct. Unlawful business is being done. Continuous loss. In such case also it can be dissolved. Just and equitable ground. If anything is found, it is to be dissolved and the court feels that the partnership firm has to be dissolved, in such cases it can give orders. Permanent incapacity. Persistent disregard of partnership agreement by a partner and transfer of interest. So all these cases, in all these, in the slide you could see that the dissolution is done by the order of the court. Insanity. Insanity means, I told you, madness. If a partner, not a sleeping partner, has become of unsound mind, the court may allow dissolution of firm. Permanent incapacity. If a partner is not a sleeping partner, has become permanently incapable of performing his duties as a partner, then court may allow dissolution of firm. Then misconduct of partners. When any partner is guilty of any misconduct which is likely to adversely affect the carrying on business, the court may allow dissolution of firm. Persistent disregard of partnership agreement by a partner. When a partner willfully or persistently commits breach of agreement, breach means just going against the agreement, with regard to matters relating to the business of the firm, any other partner may apply to the court for dissolution of the firm. Then continuous loss. Where a firm is working in continuous loss, any partner may apply to the court for dissolution of the firm. And transfer of interest. When a partner has transferred the whole of his interest in the firm to a third party, then any other partner may apply to the court for dissolution. So dissolution is new partnership can be formed or winding up, just putting an end to the business, or terminating, putting an end. So that can be done. So this is what is regarding the dissolution of firm and the dissolution of partnership. So go through the text carefully and answer the following questions which I am going to give.